This is Appalachia Ramblin. I'm Sam. This is Dillon. Pull up a chair, crack one open, and let's get into it.
Appalachia Ramblin' under the moon's bright light, where every trail leads us to the purest side.
What are we drinking today?
I've got the Hellbender Double IPA from Frog Level, which is local to Waynesville, North Carolina. Personally, my favorite local craft brewery around. Don't have any canned stories this time because they bottle these there at the brewery. I don't know if you can even get them in stores. I think you have to get them at the brewery.
So that's why there's not like a label outside of their logo. So mine is called the Dragonfly. And they're both IPAs.
Yeah, this is double IPA. That's regular IPA. The Dragonfly is probably like my go-to over there.
Is it? So I'm going to try the Dragonfly and see, and then also try the Hellbender, see which one I like better. Because normally I don't like IPAs, but we'll see. Oh, there it is. It's always like that aftertaste that I don't like.
Bitter aftertaste?
I guess that's what it is. Let me try yours. This is the Hellbender. I think I like this one better.
That's interesting.
I know, because you said it's a double IPA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that one better. Thank you. So, Appalachian happenings. What's been going on, Dillon?
Getting not a whole lot because it's super friggin' hot. Had quite the escapade.
What? Adventure.
I don't know what you call it. I'm trying to update collars this week.
Okay.
So apparently, this fall, I'm going to be rocking all pink tracking collars.
I love this. So not only pink, but pink camo.
Yeah. So, what had happened was, I needed new collars for our no-bark collars. The actual collar part.
So our neighbors don't hate us.
Yeah, and we had bought one for May.
Miss Maybelline.
Yeah, and because your daughter picked it out, it was hot pink.
Did Ayla pick it out or did you pick it out?
Well, she picked that one out.
Okay.
It's hot pink. I decided to replace the other two with pink because when they get mixed in with all the other shit, they stand out and I know what's what.
That's true.
So, and then they would match and I know these are all my no-bark collars versus everything else. So I ordered them and I ordered the wrong size.
I think it was intentional.
Could have been. I ordered the wrong size. Not only that, I didn't order just pink. I ordered pink camo. And obviously I could have returned them.
But
I'm really impatient and don't like going through.
No. What happened was you saw the pink camo and went, all right.
Well, I mean, sure. But anyway, then we'll go through the process of returning that. So I was like, I'll just order the actual size for the actual barking collars. The other problem was now both my tracking collars match, and I don't know which one belongs to who. So I replaced one of the antennas with a pink antenna.
Of course.
And these new stick tight, fat tight, and they have a double stack, these little antenna keeper things.
That's cute.
A lot of people are starting to 3D print them now.
Can I say that?
That
So,
one has a little screw in it.
If you are listening, go and check out our YouTube so you can actually see this. This is so cute. What I'm going to love about this fall is we have two female hounds, Molly and May. And then we have my baby boy, Danner, and he's going to be rocking a hot pink tracking collar, and that just makes my heart happy.
Yeah. But, yeah. Anyway, got all that. And I got all that from Dog and Hunt Supply.
Yeah.
Which I keep going back to. Not sponsored, obviously. I mean,
No.
if they want to, please do.
Hey, hit us up.
But Dog and Hunt Supply they're in Arkansas.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought they were way closer.
No,
Okay.
they're in Arkansas. Everything I buy is online from them. But what's cool is they still have that small town business going into the store vibes, but it's online. What I mean by that is their customer service is ridiculous. So when I ordered the antenna, I did not order the reflective pink initially. I ordered a different color. And when I placed the order online, I got a phone call 10 minutes later.
That's crazy.
Phone call, not email, phone call from an actual flesh and bone person.
Which is like, doesn't happen. No.
That let me know they didn't have that color and gave me all the other options and said,
nice.
We'll hook it up and get it sent right out. But I enjoy shopping local and all that, but their customer service is really tough to beat.
I think that when a business has impeccable customer service, it just makes and breaks.
Yeah, especially
because if it's bad, I forget it. Yeah. Even if I walk into like a brick and mortar store, if I get negative vibes from the person behind the counter, you won't see me
Absolutely
again.
Not.
No.
But this day and age, that level of customer service is crazy.
I think it's awesome. I'm just happy they're all pink.
Yeah.
It'd be 10 times better if it was teal.
They have them.
They do?
That's the thing.
Oh my gosh. Is there a teal camo?
Yeah.
Stop. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's what Danner needs. Danner needs a teal camo.
So I have your permission to buy a third tracking collar.
Yeah, I did not say that.
Pretty sure
that's not what I'm saying. So my Appalachian Happenings is also retail related. But it's for Stonewall 828, our company. We got a package in from our print to people. Sure. We ordered a bunch of t-shirts for our family and friends with our new designs on it. And they all came in all at once. Father's Day presents, some birthday presents, and then just some that we asked our friends to go pick out their favorite designs. And we're in exchange, they're going to let me take pictures of them wearing our t-shirts. Yay! But I wanted to show you some of the designs. So Dillon's actually wearing one of them. So if you're listening, switch over to video or go to our YouTube channel. But I love this because it says Appalachian, but then it has the correct way to pronounce it. So phonetically. And I think that's hilarious because a lot of people pronounce it
Appalachia or Appalachia or some shit.
That's not right. So it lays it out Appalachian, and then it says Appalachia underneath it. And then one of our new designs is the sweatshirt that I'm wearing, and it's embroidered, and it says Blue Ridge Mountains, and it has our logo embroidered on the sleeve, and it comes in different colors. This one only comes in tan, but this one comes in like 4 different colors. Another design we have is our Blue Ridge Parkway design, and it is kind of like an infographic of just a bunch of random things that
local flora and fauna.
Yeah, turtle, of course, because turtles are my favorite, and then salamander hiking boots, and it just says explore on it. I think it's cute.
You want me to hold them?
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, you hold them. And then I have size does matter, Appalachian Streams Brown Trout Edition. So this one Dillon actually drew, and it's like a retro woman, kind of pin-up girl.
Comic booky.
Yeah. And she's she's holding a big brown trout. I love it. It's so cute. And this is on the back. So everything I mentioned before this one is on the front. This design's on the back, and on the front of this design, can I see you? Okay. Yeah. The front of this design has our logo. Bring it this way. Yeah. Our logo on it.
And of course she's blonde because, blondes just do it better.
Okay, so then the last one, and this is fitting considering that my drink is called the Hellbender. And it's Hellbender. It's one I designed. And it's just a little Hellbender doing his thing in a creek. And it says Appalachian Local. And it has like a graffiti type look to it. And the design's on the back and then our logo's on the front. So if you like what you see.
Or what you hear if you're not looking.
Go check us out at Stonewall 828. All of our shirts are 100% cotton. This is our t-shirts. All of our t-shirts are 100% cotton. It's organic certified.
Did we switch them all over?
Yeah, okay, all of them, including our Houndsman collection. So for those who don't know, we have a Houndsman collection where each specific breed has several different designs. So train walker, a plot hound. The plot hound has the most because we live in Haywood County. So duh.
And blue ticks.
And blue ticks and English. We also have beagles. If you go to the beagle page, you'll see a picture of my dad with his beagle, and he has all the stories. Anyways, but all
From the early 1900s.
That is so mean. So all of our shirts, like I said, 100% cotton. They're super comfortable. Another reason why we order these shirts is we like to wear them before we sell them, obviously, because we are putting our names on it and we want to make sure that it's quality. So
yeah, they're really cool. The only thing I don't like are these friggin' tags on the bottom and the inside. I've already cut mine out. But after I cut it out, it's totally fine.
But anyway, so go check us out. That's my Appalachian happenings for this week. So that is our Appalachian happenings. Dylan, what do you think of our designs? Our new designs?
I like them, especially the ones I made.
Of course. You were saying something earlier about you can't wait till it's fall.
Yeah, it's too hot, and I mean, I love the fishing and stuff, but fall needs to get here.
What are you going to do in the fall?
Turn dogs loose.
That's what I thought.
That's what needs to happen.
Okay, so today's episode is about the Appalachian Trail. So we have some experiences on the Appalachian Trail that we wanted to share and talk about. For those who aren't familiar, if you're listening to this podcast, I feel like you are familiar with the Appalachian Trail.
You at least heard of it.
Yeah. So I wanted to give just like a super brief background history of the AT. It's the world's longest hiking only footpath.
The world's longest?
That's what it said. Spanning approximately 2,200 miles through 14 states. And those states are Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Kentucky, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. What is that state song? I never learned it.
The what?
The state song where like it was supposed to help you memorize the states.
Oh, I don't.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I don't know it either. Okay. So we wanted to start out by like our personal experience. And one of the two of us has actually camped and hiked on the Appalachian Trail. It's not me, it's you. So you've hiked a portion of the Appalachian Trail. Tell us a little about it, like why you were on the trail, what was the area you hiked, and how long ago was that?
Depends exactly what you're talking about. Because I've been on portions of it a lot. Because it crosses areas and in areas that I hunt. So I use pieces of the Appalachian Trail to access it.
I'm talking about the time you actually like hiked it and spent the night.
Oh, like dedicated backpacking trip?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was...
It was...
Oh, shit, that was like 6 years ago?
Probably. Around that time, yeah.
With a group of young people.
A youth group.
From a religious institution.
From Bethel Baptist Church.
Sure. And, yeah, and we went from Max Patch, which is here in Haywood County, to Hot Springs, which is in...
I forget what
Is
county.
that Madison County?
I think so.
I think it's Madison County. But it's like 20 miles, 20-something miles.
Good grief. I forgot how many days you were out there.
It's just 2 days. Maybe
Okay.
it's 3. It's 2 or 3.
Okay.
That was my first dedicated, like, backpacking hiking trip, because I don't typically do that. If I'm hiking, I'm hunting or fishing.
Mm-hmm. It's not usually overnight.
Right, yeah. Not on purpose, anyway.
Well, what was unique about your camping experience is you decided to eliminate some weight. You hammocked instead of had a tent. Tell us a little bit about that process.
Yeah, so I don't know why I chose the hammock. I guess, like you said, it's the lightweight thing. Plus, it was just new.
Yeah.
And it was cool. Like I said, lightweight. I could set it up really quick. And it's a lot more adjustable in terms of comfort.
Okay.
So, and it being a warmer part of the year, I wasn't fighting with like sleeping pads and all this kind of stuff. I just had sleeping bag.
It was in the summer, wasn't it?
It was it early fall? Or is it spring? It's spring break. That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so I just had the hammock, sleeping bag, and then the rain fly to go over it. Lighter to pack, set it up pretty quick. Only downfall is you have to have obviously 2 trees to put it between. And then when we went, I think it was, did we stay 2 nights? It was 2 nights.
Okay.
The first night, for whatever reason, me and one other person were designated to sleep within close proximity of the food bag. It was hoisted up in the trees like 100 yards from the rest of the group. And that was in case of bears, obviously. And the group decided 2 people should sleep with the food bag.
We sacrifice you too.
Yeah, to keep the bears off of it. But it's pretty cool. It took a while to get used to the swinging while you're sleeping in
I
it.
think about that because of the wind.
Yeah, which is what ended up having me flip out of it.
Oh my gosh.
Because I had a tarp underneath the hammock with my boots and shit on it, and the wind was blowing. And with the thought of bears, every leaf rustle or whatever I heard. And at one point, the wind started blowing pretty good, and I could hear the leaves rustling, and I'm honestly listening. Well, a corner of the tarp kind of blew up and like brushed against my ass to the hammock, and I thought something had me.
Someone said at me.
Yeah, I about tore the trees down getting out of that fucking thing. But yeah, after you got used to setting it up and staying with it, it's pretty comfortable.
I could never. My idea of camping is what we did recently when we went glamping.
Yeah.
That
indoor plumbing,
indoor plumbing with electricity. Yep,
Yeah.
that's me. I've been camping a handful of times that I remember, and that was never roughing it, like hiking the AT or whatever. So kudos, but to do it with a hammock, that's crazy.
I was comfortable.
I bet you were, but it doesn't sound like you slept good.
I slept decent, but I also had in my head like the horror stories I've heard. I know, like when I was younger, like our daughter's age, I heard a story in the Ellicott Rock Wilderness, upstate South Carolina. There was a hiker camping in a hammock, and dude was eaten by a bear, like literally.
Oh my God, a little human burrito.
Yeah, exactly.
That's terrifying. No, thank you. Would you ever do it again?
Yeah, totally would.
Would you do the hammock again?
Totally would.
So how was the trail? Like, what was that part like?
I mean, it's a trail. I mean, it's cool to see different areas and to, like I said, it's very rare that I hike just to hike. I'm usually scouting or fishing or hunting or whatever. But just out cruising the trail and seeing all the different terrain and paying attention to what was going on. It's also funny because at the time I was doing a lot of running.
I forgot about that, yeah.
And I was hiking way faster than the group, but they put me out front. So I'd end up hiking for a while and then realizing I'm way ahead. It'd be like 200 or 300 yards ahead. Sit down and wait for them to catch up, take off again.
What was it that you kept telling the kiddos? That
several of them wanted to know every 5 minutes how much closer to...
That would be me.
Either the camping spot, the next rest spot, or the end point. I was like, oh, you got about 3/4 of a mile left. And it took like half a dozen times of that before they realized I was just saying 3/4 of a mile left.
That's funny. What was hilarious was afterwards, after y'all's trip, anytime we were around the group of kids, they would just randomly say that. Just a 1/4 mile, right, Dillon? That's hilarious. Okay, so I've never spent the night on the Appalachian Trail, but I have been part of Trail Magic, which is actually with the same group of people. And for those who don't know, Trail Magic is an unexpected act of kindness or generosity experienced by the hikers, the thru-hikers on the AT. We'll get into what we did, but I was kind of researching if Trail Magic is still a thing, what they're talking about now, because that was several years ago. And common forms of trail magic is food and refreshments, so providing like canned sodas, fresh fruits, or treats. Some they call people who do trail magic trail angels. So that's super cute.
Cold beers.
Cold beers. And trail angels, some trail angels will set up at like, there's designated shelters throughout the AT trail, and some are accessible for people who are not hiking, just like you can park and walk up to one or whatever. It's also a way for the AT through hikers to come down, hitchhike to town to resupply or to take a break, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, there's places too where it might cross major travel ways, like not like 4-lane highways, but like major roads or major crossing areas that are still far away from town where they might need to resupply or whatever.
So some trail angels will set up like grills and grill hot dogs or cook pancakes and stuff. Well, like Dillon said, there's also some trail angels do shuttles where they help shuttle people into town to resupply, maybe get that craven fixed, whether it's fast food or whatever, just a nice cooked meal. For me, it would be a shower, period. A shower, an actual toilet. Like, yes, please. Another way of doing trail magic is gear drops. So leaving much needed supplies like first aid items, batteries, fresh socks, that kind of thing. But do you want to talk about the kind of trail magic we did? Because it was very unique. And when I was going through researching what people do now, I didn't see anyone mention what we did. So
yeah, cool. I mean, for the short period that I was barista and managing a cafe
in Texas.
Yeah. I just thought it'd be a cool idea to have like a mobile cafe, if you will, on the Appalachian Trail. And it was just a pipe dream idea.
Yeah.
But we tried it with a trail magic. It was pretty cool.
Tell them how you figured out, like, because you can't lug milk in. We didn't, or did we?
No, we used powdered milk.
Okay.
I had some syrups to flavor it with. We used a mocha pot to make espresso. We had French press for regular coffee. And obviously it's not a full-blown cafe experience, but it's as close as you're going to get with it backpacked in.
Yeah. Do you remember the place we went?
It was in Stanton, Indian.
Okay.
The Nantahala National Forest.
I'll insert a picture so y'all can see. There's a picture of you and I think Ayla, our daughter, with the signs and stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the shelter.
I'll put it here.
Right there.
But we hiked in, and there were some people at the shelter, and there was a small group of us that went in, and Dillon asked them, "Do you guys want some lattes or fresh coffee?" And we also had bottled water and first aid supplies. But it was just so cool for as an out. Like, I worked in the cafe that Dillon managed, but to see him figure out how you're going to do this out in the middle of the woods on a trail, and you did it, and you were even able to create latte art. It wasn't the best, but it was still really cute to see that.
And it was cool to see their appreciation of, like, they've been hiking and the ones we met, they were through hiking.
Yeah, they were. And they told us their trail names too. I forget what it was. But for those who don't know, through hikers, usually you don't name yourself your nickname. Someone else gives you that nickname.
Yeah, it just kind of comes from it. Which when previous story with the group we took for that little section hike.
Where you went, yeah.
We met a woman from Sweden.
Oh, cool.
She was like in her early 20s, maybe. Her name was Turbo.
Oh my god.
But she was doing like 20 to 25 miles a day consistently.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Turbo. That's hilarious. So, anyways.
I don't know how many times she would be like set up getting water, and we would pass her.
Yeah.
And walk for a couple hours, and all of a sudden she'd come back behind us.
No. Yeah. Did she have a grin on her face?
I mean, she was just doing her. So.
That's crazy.
She was solo too.
Nuh-uh. See, that's terrifying. Kudos to the women who are out there solo hiking on the AT. I know that a lot of times when people go, from the research I was doing, they'll end up grouping together and traveling together.
Yeah, at least for portions.
For portions of it. But these women who do it on their own, oh my gosh.
It's pretty badass.
It's crazy. That's awesome. I could never do it. It's like there's some incredible women out in the world just owning it. Like the woman who is currently rowing from California to Hawaii. And last I checked, this episode's going to come out after she's in Hawaii. She was like 40 miles away from Hawaii.
Well, not only that, she was hoping to beat the women's record, but she's currently on track to beat the men's all-time record.
That's so exciting. I was telling Dillon last night, she has not had anybody come and resupply her. She's not had any aid. She has done everything solo. Well, the Coast Guard, this tells you how close she was to Hawaii. The Coast Guard was doing their thing, and they came across her. And I forget what day it was on her journey, but it was her birthday, and they sang her happy birthday. That is just so sweet. But everyone's been like, she's gained a huge following on TikTok, on socials, because she posts, or her team is posting for her. I don't know which. And everyone is just like rooting her on. And that's how I feel about these AT women who are through hiking this Appalachian Trail on their own, solo hiking. Like, that is just badass.
That was a nice little loop you made there.
Thank you.
Welcome to the rambling part of Appalachian Ramblin'.
Where we chase rabbit trails left and right. But back to our trail magic. So we made these coffees for these people, lattes. Dillon did. The rest of us were like completely useless. I think a couple of the kids.
There's several people involved.
But you were like the main person. Like we passed around. We would help grind the espresso beans.
Do we have food too? Do we have snacks?
I don't remember if we brought packed snacks or not. We didn't cook for them. But you had propane tanks, like little ones for heating up.
Butane, but yeah.
Yeah, heating up the milk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we packed out their trash for them.
Yeah, we even took the trash they had in their packs and packed it out for them. I forgot about that.
All I remember is doing the coffee, first aid supplies, and then we might have packed in snacks.
I've totally forgot about that.
Did we take donuts?
We might have. But you mentioned we did refresh some of their first aid stuff.
We did. I remember that. But it was fun. We only did it once though, but because it's a lot of coordinating, and the problem is when you're coming as an outsider into these shelters, you're kind of taking a gamble of whether they're there or not.
Yeah.
But,
so you could set up there all day and they're not.
And they're nobody. So, but I think it was a neat way to do it. But I was looking at, when I was researching trail magic, I wanted to do our due diligence because there is a PSA for trail magic now.
Mm-hmm. Appalachian Ramblin' is sponsored by Stonewall 828. We are an apparel company inspired by the Appalachian Mountains. We have 100% cotton-made t-shirts and other apparel that is ready for your next adventure, chilling in the front yard, or your next local brewery hop. Check us out at stonewall828.com.
This is all coming from the Appalachian Trail Conservancy. You can look this up for yourself online. Trail magic is not necessarily something they recommend now, and the reasons are if people don't know the best practices, they can accidentally harm the trail's ecosystem. Mm-hmm. So if you're bringing a huge group of people in to practice trail magic, to be trail angels for these thru-hikers, and you don't know best practices, you could possibly hurt some of the habitat that's there, especially if there's a lot of people. There are volunteer operations through the Appalachian Trail, the Appalachian Trail Conservancy. There's options out there to volunteer, and a lot of the volunteer work is clearing trails because ultimately refreshing people's first aid, helping pack out trash, that was some of the things they do encourage you to do. But the clearing the trails and keeping up maintenance on the trails is probably the best thing you could do, because these people are coming in, and if they are having to deal with obstacles on the trail, or if they can't even see the trail, that's dangerous.
Yeah. Or just picking up trash.
Yeah, picking up trash. Leave no trace, people. Leave it how you found it.
I think that pisses me off the most, because I've been into, there are areas that I grew up hunting and fishing that you hike into now,
Yeah.
they're overrun and people are leaving the trash, and it's like you claim to be people that are enjoying the outdoors, but then you want to leave all your shit there. Like,
it's horrible for the environment. It's horrible for the animals, the wildlife. Another reason you need to be well informed about trail magic before you try to practice it is that you don't want to ruin the thru-hikers experience. They've dedicated a huge chunk of their lives and taken time out of their jobs and their day-to-day financially, to thru-hike. And if you're coming in trail magic and you're disrupting their experience, it's going to leave them with a bad taste in their mouth. And just be respectful. Don't go in there with your own agenda. Go in with the intention of helping somebody. Yeah.
In my opinion, the way to do trail magic now would be, if you're like us and you're not through hiking and that kind of shit, if you're out for the day, maybe carry some extra stuff.
Yeah, that was one of the suggestions.
Some extra food, some extra first aid stuff, and if you bump into people and you have conversations through hiking, and you have something they need, and you can help them out that way, versus just setting up shop somewhere.
They also said a big help would be to offer to pack out their trash.
Carry an extra trash bag.
Extra first aid kit. Batteries is a big one. So I wanted to read what the Appalachian Trail Conservancies provided. They provide a guide for the best practices and how to do trail magic, what not to do. They suggest not to do hiker feeds, is what they call it, where you do cook, you set up and cook, and then you advertise it.
Tailgating.
Well, but they're also, some people are going in, setting up and advertising that they're doing it, and so then they get bombarded by all these hikers or whatever the case may be. And when you have a big group of people in one area on a small trail or on a small shelter area on the AT, that's where you run into issues of potentially harming habitat and ruining another thru-hiker's experience. You might be going in with good intentions. You're providing a meal, a fresh meal, warm meal for a person. But if you're advertising it and doing these hiker feeds, you're doing more harm than good.
Especially if you're at one of the shelters and you're attracting bears and rodents
and
I
didn't think about that.
And possums for the people that are going to be sleeping there after you leave.
Oh, that would be so bad. Another reason why they suggest not doing it is health concerns after COVID.
Yeah.
So having a big group of people together like that, you could be possibly sharing germs. And I cannot imagine what it would be like to be that sick on the AT.
Yeah, I mean, if you catch something as basic as the flu there, that may f*** up your entire whatever.
Yeah, no. So another thing was some people would do drop-off of supplies, and they strongly discourage that. So some people were leaving like boxes of food, like it was packaged food. Others were leaving, I want to call it ice box. What is it?
You're talking about a cooler?
A cooler, thank you. A cooler full of like drinks. But when you're leaving it out unattended, even though your intention is thru-hikers are going to be able to restock their snacks and drinks, more than likely before the thru-hiker finds it, a critter is going to.
Yeah. I think that's the big key, is it being unattended.
Yes, unattended.
I have seen some of these boxes in places that they're well traveled, they're easily accessed, and they have things like batteries, socks, flashlights. There's no food in there.
That's the problem, is the food,
And they're regularly checked so that nothing's getting like molded and shit in there.
Yeah, and that's the way to do it, but that's usually maintained by a professional or organization.
Yeah, a certain group.
Yeah, so if you're really looking into helping people and encouraging people and just offering these random acts of kindness, we highly recommend that you go through an organization and volunteer. I wanted to read this last little bit. They also said keep feeds small. So that was one way, instead of doing a big group feed, to host a food event, keep it under 25 people and hold it entirely out of sight of the trail, such as town parks, church parking lots, or paved areas, which comes back to what you're saying. There's parts of the AT that crosses over into places like this, where that is okay because you're not on the trail. you're set up in an area, parking lot, whatever, that AT hikers might be crossing through. And that was what they were encouraging. That is okay. Just don't broadcast it. So a note of safety. The article also mentions being careful for both hikers and for trail angels, because the trail intersects with the real world. The National Park Service has seen an increase in theft and harassment. So both parties are urged to be smart in judgment and exercise caution before accepting rides or inviting strangers into private homes. So that goes for both parties.
Watch out for the machete man.
Oh gosh, that happened here.
That happened when we were on the trail.
Wait, while y'all were on the trail?
Yeah. There was reports of some dude hiking with a machete, which is not innately weird, but he was using it to like threaten people.
Yeah.
And just being creepy in general.
Well, wasn't there a murder at the Pink Beds?
There was. This is a big rabbit trail.
It's fine. Go down it.
There's even a documentary about it called Blood Mountain.
Oh my Lord.
So, story time. Fun story time. Years ago, coon hunting with my dad, and we were in a section of the Nantahala National Forest, and turned the dogs loose and everything. We got, 100 yards into the trail, and we smelled something dead, which...
That's a very distinct smell.
Yeah, if you smell it, you know it, and it could be anything, but something dead, and the dogs were acting really weird, really just kind of off, and so we decided to pull them out of there. And of course, our thoughts are, we don't want them rolling in whatever it is.
Oh, gosh. It lingers.
Yeah, so I was like, let's get them out of there, take them somewhere else. Well, I don't know if it's the next day or next couple of days, the report came out with this dude murdering people that are hiking in local national forests, and the video thing they posted on that report was at the Forest Service gate. We turned loose at that night. Yeah, a little weird.
Gosh. They eventually caught the guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's even a story, and he almost got his ass kicked.
What?
He attacked this girl that was like trained in martial arts and shit, and she almost had him. But
back to women. Whoop, whoop. They
yeah, like I
run
said,
the world, girls.
be smart, and I will say this forever: the scariest thing in the woods is other people.
Period. Okay. So the highest point of the Appalachian Trail is 6,643 feet at Clingmans Dome.
Which I thought was weird.
Why?
Because I just had in my mind that Mount Katahdin at the end of Maine.
Yeah. Was higher.
I just had in mind that would be higher. But
well, according to my research. And again, Sam could be wrong, but that's what I found out. So Clingmans Dome is in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. And as of September 2024, it was renamed. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Can you pronounce it right? That's the question.
So, disclaimer. It was renamed to a Cherokee name that translates to Mulberry Place. And this is going to be interesting. I'm going to try to pronounce it. And what's sad about this is last summer, as part of I'm getting my bachelor's degree, and as part of my studies, took a semester of Cherokee language. So do not come for me.
Pressure's on.
I'm just doing my best here. So I'm going to spell it first. The name is now changed. Here's the spelling. Kuwohi. How do you think it's pronounced?
Kuwohi or something. I don't know.
Okay, so Kuwohi. Kuwohi.
Sounds good to me.
So it translates to Mulberry Place in the Cherokee language. There's a really cool at the dome, the overlook tower. Is that what it is? Sure.
Sure.
Okay, so you can hike up to it, and when I mean up, I mean up.
Straight up.
Straight up. So we went back in May for our anniversary trip to Tennessee, and we took a day to just go explore the Great Smokies. And this was somewhere I wanted to go for a while, and I finally talked Dillon into it. We got there. There's a really cool explanation of why they changed the name back to the original Cherokee name. First of all, it was their land to start with. And that was a mountain that they saw as a spiritual place. And it was of importance to them, to the Cherokee people. And these two incredible women, this whole episode is about incredible women. These two incredible Cherokee women came together and they fought for the name change. And they won. And now it's really interesting because on the hike and for like the signs for going up to the hike and the different they had a store there and stuff, they have the new name. But then when you go in, there's a mix in the merchandise sets, the Clingmans Dome and the Kuwohi,
Are you sure?
I think, name. So you can tell that the National Forest Service is trying to change the name over, but I mean, they're invested in who knows how much money of merchandise that it looks like they're just trying to get rid of it and then resupply. I don't know that as fact. That was just my impression. Anyways, so we parked. Parking was a nightmare. Just prepare for that if you ever go visit.
Yeah.
But we had it in our minds because there's all sorts of ages. There's kiddos, there's women with strollers carrying babies, there's older people with like hiking sticks. We had in our mind it was going to be a simple trail.
It was paved.
It was paved. It's paved all the way up to this observation tower. But oh my gosh, it is straight up. I'm out of shape, but to me even, like, I had to stop several times because you're just like constant incline.
Pretty much.
It was awful. The way down wasn't that bad, but on the way up it was awful. Once you get up there, it was neat because there was...
Disagree.
What?
Uphill is always better.
Oh, I was like, you're disagreeing with it
Check
being
out the
neat?
last episode.
Or the next. I don't know which one's posting first.
Sure.
Anyway, so at the top, what was cool is that the Appalachian Trail, obviously, because this is the highest point, you could hop on the trail for like a second, and there was also the Mountains to Sea Trail. So I'll insert some pictures of the different us on the trail and then up on the observation tower. But once we got up there, it was foggy. We couldn't see a damn thing. And I kept trying to tell myself, it was worth it. It's fine. It's pretty. I have a feeling if you went up there on a clear, gorgeous day, it would be breathtaking because you could see all the way into Cherokee. You could see all the way into Tennessee, right? And it was a 360 views. It was so cool.
That too, I mean, just if you just put yourself in the shoes of somebody traveling internationally from the other side of the country, they went to this one place and can say they've been on the Appalachian Trail and the Mountain Sea Trail. Yeah. Even for somebody that's like grown up here, it's kind of cool to be like,
I've been on both.
Appalachian Trail, Mountain Sea Trail, Appalachian Trail, Mountain Sea Trail.
Well, talk about people coming from other countries. There were several people. Like you could hear all sorts of different languages being spoke. And we were walking next to this one couple and they had a little girl. Like she might have been 5, 6 years old. And the mom was trying to motivate her to come on. So she'd be like, okay, let's go. And she would race her and then she would stop. And the little girl would stop. And then they would race again. But they were talking in a different language. It was just a cool experience. I recommend it, but just prepare.
But it's one of those reminders of what we have here and the things we take for granted.
Yes.
Because there's people that literally travel internationally, plan their entire year's vacation to come to the Smokies or the Appalachian Mountains. And like, we freaking live here.
And there's so many people that we know personally that refuse to go do these things because there's too many people or it's too touristy. I
second that sentiment though.
I know, you say that all the time.
But when you plan your timing, you can go and there's less people
That's true. Because you do have the advantage of living here. So you can go in in the lower seasons. I was about to say secret season, but anyways, the
Plus,
lower
also,
seasons.
just to go with that argument, being local, out hunting, fishing,
Well, I can see.
I see shit on a yearly basis
Yeah.
that is not on anybody's tourist map
Well, I get that.
and will never advertise.
In disclosed locations. But I highly recommend those who are traveling to Appalachia, those who live here, go experience Appalachian mountains and waterfalls and these overlooks, because you only live once.
Yeah. But I mean, that just consider, like, if you're from here, consider where you live. Like, if you consider all the numbers, we have the biological diversity in our area to rival the Amazon rainforest.
Period.
By square footage or square mileage or
You
whatever.
would know that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, we live in, and I mean, I take it for granted. I'm sure a lot of people here do, but we live in one of the most unique places on the planet.
But like we talked about, if you're not outdoorsy or have an appreciation for the outdoors, there's nothing to do here.
To a degree.
Well,
just 'cause, but even still, if you don't like the nature, think about the culture and stuff.
Oh yeah, the culture is rich here. We've talked about it in so many times now, and coming here, and even if you're from here, I keep saying it, learn where you came from, why your grandpappy and your mama and papa do the things they do and say the things they say. Take time to listen to them.
Or even branch out to local stuff like McDonald's. Go to some of the local restaurants. Like, they're so good.
They are. Frog Level is one of our favorite. Yep. All right. So I wanted to pull some Appalachian Trail stories from Reddit. The first one it's longer, but it's more, this happened like several years ago.
Oh, there's the ones I haven't seen
yet. You haven't heard these stories. So this happened several years ago. I just liked the way this guy described it. There's some words in here that I don't really understand because it's terminology that thru-hikers use, so bear with me. But this is coming from, his name is Kooky Moose. Kooky Moose.
Of course it is.
Yep. So the first one happened about 10 years ago, and it's about the case of the 16-year-old Shane Cubbage. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. From May 2003. He murdered his father, Forrest G. Cubbage, in Chesapeake, Virginia, then tried to escape by buying gear and hiking the AT. So this is from Kooky Moose. So again, there's some terminology I don't understand, so we're going to kind of get into the meat of it. So he starts off explaining that he was with a small group, that he started off solo, fell in with a small group of people and was hiking, and he was off Springer on
Springer Mountain.
I guess so. Okay. On March 10th. The five of us left Daleville, Virginia at mile 727 with the intent to do the 10 miles north to Wilson Shelter. An easy mileage out of town day. Myself and another thru-hiker were slowly bringing up the rear of our group, and about halfway there, we noticed something laying on the side of the trail. We picked it up and examined it, sort of looking at each other like, WTF is this doing here? It was a cutlery kitchen knife, but it was decorated. It had beads and streamers attached to the handle. It seemed like it was grossly fit to replicate some sort of Native American theme. So it was like streamers and hand decorated.
Somebody replicating Native American stuff who had no idea what the fuck.
Yeah,
Native
it
American
sounds like they
is.
took arts and crafts and was like doing it to a kitchen cutlery, like a kitchen knife. It obviously hadn't been there long. It was clean of debris and dry, and it had rained the night before. So that's why that was very distinct to them. We moved on to the Wilson Creek Shelter. When we pulled up to the shelter, the rest of the crew were there. They all had an unsettled look on their face. The five of us were the only ones at the shelter, and as I unshouldered my pack, I clearly noticed a lone backpack laying on the front end of the shelter platform. I immediately asked my fellow hikers, whose pack is that? The answer from everyone was, we don't know. Me and one other hiker had just arrived, but the rest of our crew had been there for a couple hours, and there was zero sign of a hiker that belonged to this mysterious backpack. So concerned, I began slowly investigating the pack contents. The first things I pulled out were gallon zips filled with granola bars. There must have been 150 of them. But as I dug a little deeper, I started pulling out almost a dozen colorfully decorated kitchen knives, like the one they found on the trail. One after the other, I plucked them from the abandoned backpack. Common kitchen cutlery knives covered in beads, feathers, and colorful streamers. Also in the pack was a tent, sleeping bag, stove, all the basics, and all pretty much brand new. The knives really unnerved us all. Yeah. We started discussing what we should do. It was starting to get dark. Finally, we decided to call the sheriff's department. 3 hours later, around 10 p.m., we saw a light coming through the woods. They're not in a house, sorry. We all became alert. I had a big stick in my hands. Alas, it was 2 deputies responding to the call. They had hiked in from 4 miles north. They were very friendly, thirsty, and their flashlight was dying. God, can you imagine?
Yes.
I could tell right away the sheriff had not exactly sent his most experienced men. But then, again, no one at this point realized that they were dealing with a murderer. Much relieved, we met with the deputies. They began examining the pack. When they discovered the granola bars, they began eating them as they did their police work. Suddenly, they pulled a note out of the pack. Us hikers had not discovered the note. The deputies unfolded the note and read it out loud. I don't remember everything the note said as the deputies read it out loud, but I'll never forget the first few lines. I am the one who killed his father. You may not know me now, but soon you will know who I am. My work here on the AT is done.
Absolutely not. That's a no-go.
It was the most chilling shit I've ever heard. Everyone went silent. Then the deputies started up some radio chatter with their two-way. They gathered up the contents of the pack. The deputies explained they were sorry, but they had to go and hiked back out. So they bid us goodbye with their dying shit flashlight. They hiked back out. Can you imagine being left there? Bye, guys with the guns. We'll stay here. Hopefully this dude won't come back. No one slept that night. I stealth camped in the woods with eyes on the shelter. The next morning, the sheriff and a deputy showed up at the shelter asking questions. A week later, our hiking crew went into Buena Vista, Virginia, for resupply. A hiker not with our group came up to us in town. He had the regional newspaper. On the front cover was the story I just told you. A 16-year-old boy had murdered his father in cold blood, stole his credit cards, bought a bunch of gear, and hit the AT as a means of escape. Police had picked him up a week after we found his pack. We had found his pack just a couple hours after he had left it behind. Dang. It's crazy.
I mean, it's good. Like, nothing scares me more than humans.
Period.
Like, bears, fucking coyotes. Never seen a mountain lion. Well, we'll do that story later. If you were to encounter a mountain lion, whatever. Most wildlife is predictable.
Yeah.
People are unpredictable.
Period. This is a kid, a 16-year-old kid. Like, if you encountered him on the trail, you wouldn't think danger.
Mm-hmm.
It just, that blows my mind.
It was also funny, too, because I bet there's more than a handful of times that I'm the creepy guy.
And you probably are, honestly. The creepy guy in the woods with all the dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next Reddit story is from a woman and her fiance, and this is their hiking adventures on the AT. So this is 2 different stories, but from the same woman.
Gotcha.
Her handle is Blue Indian. Okay, so she and her fiance were section hiking with my fiance around Winding Stair Gap in North Carolina. So yeah, I picked this one because I knew proximity to us. They stopped in the middle of the trail to prep for a safety meeting. The forest was spooky silent, no birds, no bugs, no wind. Neither of us were talking when all of a sudden, 30 yards off trail, downslope, 4 to 6 trees the size of baseball bats started violently shaking. Whop, whop, whop. Macaroni in a pot. Sorry. Then silence. Nothing. I thought maybe a bear had decided to climb out of the tree, or maybe a tree fell. It was neither, not even close. The hair on my body stood on end. I felt an overwhelming urge to leave immediately. What can shake trees so violently like that? That's crazy.
It's a Sam Squatch, Ricky.
It's terrifying. On another section hike, this time I was camping on Tray Mountain in Georgia. Was relaxing post-dinner on a rock outcrop with 2 other hikers, a father and son. We were discussing satellites and watching as they moved across the clear, cold night. I was watching what I thought was a satellite until the object stopped abruptly. It shot across the sky in the opposite direction, zoomed back across the night sky, bolted downwards towards the skyline, then once more back up, and then vanished. I took a minute to digest what I saw. Before I could get the full sentence, "Did you guys see that?" out of my mouth, they both replied, "Yup." But satellites don't change directions or move like that. So what was it?
That automatically is less scary than the frickin' whatever decorated knives in the woods.
Why?
I mean, the unknown, I want to know what it is. Creepy people, run away.
So if you heard trees the size of baseball bats being hit together at complete dead silence before, so you didn't hear something scratching down, and a complete dead silence afterwards. So nothing's climbing up the trees, hitting the trees together, climbing back down, and running through the woods. Because that's a very, you would hear that.
Been there.
What?
Story for another episode.
Oh, well, stay tuned. Probably our October episodes.
Probably. But yeah, the unknown, I want to know what it is.
Oh my gosh.
I want to see what's going on.
Well,
creepy people, they're creepy people. I don't want nothing to do with that.
I don't want nothing to do with that. Well, okay, but what about the satellite thing? That's terrifying. And with all the stuff that the government has been releasing lately about the unidentified objects and such, it just validates what you hear from all people across the world. There's something else out there. You can't convince me otherwise.
To be fair, though, if you're visiting or from somewhere, even if you're from here, you're going to hear stuff that you've never heard before or in a context or something.
I get that.
The first time I saw the freaking Starlink.
Yeah, that was
satellites.
Creepy. Yeah, no, I agree. But, excuse me. But this right here, it's unexplainable.
I don't know.
It could have been a drone. I'll give you that. Someone could have purposely been like, hey, watch me. Watch me scare these people. But I don't know. That scares me.
If it's out there, show me the evidence. That's all I'm saying.
Well, what about all the tapes that are being dropped right now of unidentified objects and
Exactly, unidentified.
That's my point.
There's the unidentified.
It's scary.
It could be anything.
It could be, but we don't know what it is. The unknown scares me more.
The unknown makes me want to know.
Okay, we'll agree to disagree. We'll definitely have to do an episode, though, of where you share your mountain lion story, your couple
We can't have an Appalachia podcast without talking about spooky shit.
No, we have to. But it's different when you've experienced it. And you're also you're like you were just saying, you have to know, show me the evidence, show me, prove it to me.
I'm very
kind of
skeptical.
person you are. Where
also,
I'm over here there is way too many people who say Wendy Boy is alive, is real, and they have shared experiences that no deer, Sasquatch, Mothman, whatever, for me to be prove it.
I'm a skeptic, but like most skeptics, I'm also kind of want it to be real for some reason.
Well, you like the mysteriousness of it all, the spooky stuff.
But I'm not just going to accept something. You got to show it to me.
Oh my goodness. Well, we'll definitely, I think October, it would be cool if we did several episodes instead of one every 2 weeks.
Mm.
Because I think we have enough stories, both us and from other people, that we could share and have like a weekly drop in October. That's expecting a lot, but I think we could do it. We'll see.
So is that all from us today?
That is all from us today.
We'll see you next time.
If you are not, if you think this is a podcast for you, we encourage you to tell somebody, to like it, to comment, to listen to it all the way through. We're on all major podcasts. We are also filming and posting the videos now. So those are on YouTube. You can also see it on Spotify.
If you hate it and if you think it's really boring, play it while you're trying to sleep.
Oh, I like that. We'll put you to sleep. It's fine. Also, we want to hear from you. Part of the reason why we started Appalachia Ramblin is not only for us to ramble on.
Start a conversation.
We want to start a conversation and keep up the Appalachian tradition and culture of storytelling. So,
if you want to disagree with us, disagree with us.
That's fine. But email us your stories. We would love to start sharing those stories on the podcast. You can email us at appalachiaramblin@gmail.com. You can also message us. We're on all major social platforms with the handle Stonewall828, which is our business, as we have mentioned at the beginning of this episode. Until next time, don't whistle at the woods at night and go touch some grass.